I want to start, however, with the whole killing of Osama bin Laden and the Democrats now trying to take credit for it, now trying to make this a central theme in Obama's re-election campaign. And if you don't think that's going on, ladies and gentlemen, you think, oh, the president would never use something like this to get re-elected. Joe Biden, the vice president, what I call the walking comedy tour, gave a speech at a New Hampshire Democratic fundraiser about 2 weeks ago. And I'll tell you, I'm not going to play the speech for you. I'm really not. If I played Mr. Biden's speech, was so incoherent, so discombobulated, so disingenuous, so full of lies. If I played it for you, you'd go channel surfing. You'd never watch this program again. I don't know how else to describe it. I mean, you couldn't bear to sit through it. I'm not kidding. You couldn't. I am going to show one clip about 20 or 30 seconds, sort of at the tail end, to illustrate what I'm saying about this whole Obama and bin Laden and using that to get reelected. And I think this is a David Plouffe, David Axelrod, Robert Gibbs little plot here to try to get this narrative going. And there's also the narrative that Obama's unbeatable. And we're going to get into that in a little bit. Some guy with a 48% approval rating is unbeatable. Now I'm going to merge the two things here together, but I want to first start by showing what the vice president said. Now the vice president talked about a lot of things in this Democratic fundraiser. Pardon me. He defended the auto bailouts, who have supposedly paid back their, quote, loan. I don't remember them getting a loan. They got a handout. Of course, that, misses the point. Whether or not they paid the money back is not the critical question. The critical question is, are these companies sustainable in the future? Are they not going to need another bailout in 5 years? Why isn't anybody focusing on that? So whether they paid the money back, I think most Americans, we've been billioned and trillioned out. He defended the stimulus. Biden's still out there. It must be Recovery Summer Part 2. Maybe this is the second Recovery Summer. The first one failed. Defense TARP. He took almost every unpopular thing you could imagine that the president's done, Obamacare included, and basically thinks that's a winning formula. Then again, he might not think that. We might have to have the Obama bin Laden connection. Obama bin Laden 2012. That's what they're proposing here. And I want you to listen here to the tail end of what the vice president says here about how courageous and how bold it was to kill the biggest enemy in the world. Watch this.
American people watched him execute the decision, not only putting the lives of those special operators on line, but his entire future on line as President of the United States of America. And he didn't hesitate. The boldest undertaking any president has undertaken on a single event in modern history. People are now beginning to take a second look at those incredibly difficult but absolutely necessary decisions the president had to make the day we walked into the West Wing.
One of the boldest undertaking in modern history. It was more bold than D-Day, more bold than Gettysburg, more bold than the American Revolution, I guess. Obama. What happened? What happened? I'd like to ask the administration, what happened to not spiking the football? I thought it was inappropriate, to use liberal terminology. See, that means wrong, but no, we call it inappropriate, to celebrate this guy's death. I thought that was not right. I thought we were supposed to be above all that, right, Mr. President, Mr. Vice President? Oh, you're not supposed to be celebrating this, using this. They're just a bunch of hypocrites. Well, that's all they are here.